Being Navajo is part of my identity, and I feel like I should do everything in my power to understand myself and to hold on to everything that I once had.
I grew up on the reservation my whole life. I was born and raised in Arizona, and it was very difficult. I was enrolled in boarding school from kindergarten to 8th grade, and when I got to the school, I was not allowed to speak my language.
My dad died when I was probably 4 years old, I think. So it was when I was really young. I used to go and visit the reservation a lot and stuff and see my family a lot, but after he passed away, I kind of like got disconnected from my culture. My mom would after my dad passed away, my mom would always try to like still continue to speak to me and my sister in Navajo, and she would still try to keep us connected with our culture by like doing a bunch of different stuff. But it kind of just ended after a little while, after my mom remarried with my new dad. But just recently, like in the past couple 2 years, I've been trying to reconnect. I've been trying to get more involved with like the Native American club at my school, and I go and volunteer at the Indian Center all the time. They do a really good job with teaching kids about like different arts and crafts, and they teach kids how to dance, and it's really amazing to go and be able to see like how involved kids still are. The Navajo language is a dying language, and I think it's really difficult for it to be passed on to new generations because maybe kids aren't really as willing to learn it anymore because it's kind of not a really big part in life.
Being here requires me to always speak English because everyone speaks English. So being here for almost, 15 years, more than that, working here for a long time for different companies, it required me to speak English.
I think that if I grew up on the reservation, my life would actually be a lot more difficult. A lot of my family members struggle with alcoholism, and so that was a huge part why I moved to Utah, to escape all of that, and that's why I never really go and visit them. So part of me is really happy that I live out here. The other part of me kind of wishes that I did live there, or at least visited more often, because I feel like I would still be more connected with my culture.
To me, I'm glad I was raised on the reservation because it just makes me even work harder.
I would tell them to just try to stay connected with your culture because that's who you are, and you should at least know about it. You could get a lot of crap for not knowing about your own culture. That was actually part of the motivation for me to start to get more involved. I kind of felt like I was getting bullied a lot because of my friends would make fun of me, telling me that I didn't know anything.
I think it's their identity, and it's just like what Mariah is doing. She's taking advantage of every opportunity that's open, like the urban or the Indian walk-in center.
I got called whitewashed a lot, and I knew that it was true, so that's kind of what made it hurt even more. But don't let things like that bring you down, and just use it as motivation to learn more about yourself.